In social issues and professional practice, I learned the importance of ethics and culture. I also learned the vulnerability non-disclosure, which means that none will report the vulnerability details to the outside or the general public. And then, there is also the vulnerability full disclosure, which is the process of broadly disseminating as much information as possible regarding product or system vulnerabilities, so that potential victims possess the same information as the potential attackers. I also learned about the patch development, which is the detecting and fixing of product vulnerabilities. I then came to know about the responsible disclosure plans, which is to allow customers of a vendor product ample time to protect their systems from exploitation and attack. And then, I also have been made aware about spamming, which is the use of electronic messaging systems to send unsolicited messages, especially advertising, as well as sending messages repeatedly on the same site. I have also been informed about the email scams, which is an unsolicited email that claims the prospect of a bargain or something for nothing. And then, I also learned about hacking, which is the practice of modifying the features of a system in order to accomplish a goal outside of the creator's original purpose. I also have been informed about the viruses and worms. The computer virus is a malware program that, when executed, replicates by inserting copies of itself into other computer programs, data files, or the boot sector of the hard drive. A computer worm is a standalone malware computer program that replicates itself in order to spread to other computers. I have also learned encryption, which is the most effective way to achieve data security. I also have been informed about the professional practices, which refers to recognizing and respecting variety in understandings of practice. And I also learned the 4 components of professional practices, which is the professional practice program, professional practice initiatives, communities of interest, and communities of practice. And then, I've also learned why should we, as computing professionals, should be interested in studying the social implications of our creations. I've also been informed that powerful global corporations uses internet-based communication to coordinate the activities of their globally spread units with greater accuracy. I've learned as well that the network paradigm is becoming the preferred organizational structure of more and more organizations as time goes by. And I've been informed that our society is under surveillance since we are being watched constantly while surfing. I also came to know about the collections of teams in an organization. In smaller projects, the collection of teams consists of the development team, which is the one responsible for a project from after the specification stage till the very end. Next is the project manager, which is the one responsible in planning and tracking of the project, arranging of the appropriate resources, and the client relationship management. Next is the architect, which is the one responsible in technology selection, high-level design, and to make it certain that the implementation remains true to the design. Next is the team lead, which is the one responsible in detailed design, professional development of team members, and development activities. And lastly is the developer, which is the one responsible in module-level design, coding, and unit testing. In bigger projects, the collection of teams consists of the executive team. In the executive team, the CEO or Chief Executive Officer is the developer of the vision of the organization. The COO or the Chief Operating Officer is the one responsible for the day-to-day operations and has a great organizational and interpersonal skills. The CMSO or Chief Marketing and Sales Officer is the one responsible for bringing in work. And then, there is also the Business Development Team, which is the one responsible for the development of detailed proposals for projects. Next is the architecture team, which consists of the sharpest technical minds in the company. There is also a configuration management team, which keeps a vigilant eye on the process that keeps an extensive record of all versions of everything that is ever developed for a particular project, from proposals to specifications to plans to design and to code. Next is the process team, which is the one assigned to continuously improve the software development process to achieve improvements in cost, schedule, and quality. In bigger projects, there is also the quality assurance team, which is the one responsible for assuring the quality of all software that is produced at the organization. Next is the technology transfer team, which is responsible for evaluating new technologies, products, processes, selecting the ones that are right for the organization, developing an expertise in their use, and introducing them in various ongoing or future projects. And then, there is also the support team, which is the one responsible for the maintenance, expansion, and improvement of the infrastructure. I've also learned about the term social, which refers to the characteristics of living organisms as applied to humans and other animals. It also refers to the interaction of organism with other organisms. And then, I've also learned about media, which is the technologies that are intended to reach a large audience by mass communication. I also came to know about the classification of media, which are the broadcast media, print media, digital media, and the internet media. I also knew what a social media is, which is the interaction among people in which they share and exchange information and idea in virtual community and network. I also came to know about risk management, which is the process of identifying and migrating risk. And then, I learned about the basic stages of software development lifecycle, which are the planning and requirement analysis, designing project architecture, development and programming, testing, and deployment. And lastly, I learned the software development lifecycle models, which are the waterfall model, the iterative model, the spiral model, V-shaped model, and the agile model. And those are the things that I learned in social issues and professional practice.